This is Andre Banks coming today from Banks Credit Chat, discussing when and if you should use a credit card to fund a home improvement project. Now, I might have talked about this in a video in the past, but it's worth updating, especially in 2023, where a lot of home improvement projects are going to go on, and you may be not, and especially if you don't have access to a home equity line of credit, you may not want to utilize that, and you've got an introductory rate of 0% for a credit card, and you're thinking, hey, I can use this for a home project. I want to caution you about that because of just for a couple of different reasons. One, even if you have a 0% interest rate for a credit card and you want to use it for a home project, if you don't have the available cash at that interest rate introductory is over, you're going to find yourself with a pretty hefty bill, because usually when they give you a 0% interest rate for a period of time, let's say it's for 12 months, it's going to skyrocket and go up to 29% after that the introductory rate is over. And if you don't have available cash to put down on that, you're going to find yourself with a pretty hefty bill. Is there any other time you can use it? Even if you have a credit card, can you utilize it to do a home improvement project? Yes, if the project is under $3,000 or $4,000, you can handle that kind of expense. But typically, if you're doing a bath remodel or some other larger project, it's going to require you to do $10,000 or more. That's the time you're trying to look at a home equity line of credit, and you shouldn't use a credit card. But people are people, and you may be tempted, and you may be one, but people are not very disciplined as a whole. So those 0% introductory rates sound appealing, especially if you want to utilize it for a home improvement project. But if that project is pretty large and you don't have the available cash to pay it, you might find yourself in a situation where you're going to default on that card. You're struggling to pay aspects for that, and that can have a negative aspect on your credit report and overall just financial stress. So if you can use a HELOC loan, suggest using that. Credit cards can be utilized for home improvement projects for small projects, $2,000-$3,000. You can cover that even if it goes to a higher interest rate and is away from the introductory. So those are the couple of ideas if you're thinking about using a credit card to do a home improvement project. Keep in mind that 0% interest rate, especially if you got a 0% interest rate offer and you're tempted to utilize it, know it's going to increase after that introductory offer is over, and that's usually a year's term. And you have to have enough cash available to do that. You may not want to put something on on a HELOC loan or put any more debt on your home and utilize it to fix the project. But I would strongly recommend trying to go that route and instead of using a credit card, because credit cards have annual fees, rates will fluctuate and change. They can close balances out, which makes it much more difficult for me at that point. I'd even recommend a personal loan before using a credit card. So you can use a credit card if you're going to use for a home improvement project, if the project is not going to be more than $3,000 to $5,000 at most. Anything over $5,000, you get into a tricky territory, and you might find yourself in a situation where it's not favorable, and you've got the items on the account, and you're having a trouble time paying that back, which affects you overall financially and affects your credit as a whole. If this video has been of any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video for Banks Credit Chat, I'm out.